That dumbbell weighs under 10 pounds for sure. Coach Greg, and today Joe Rogan admits he was wrong. No, today Joe Rogan continues to troll y'all, and you fell for it again. It's a long con. Other people are making videos about it, talking about it. Joe Rogan for the win. So, in case you missed it, Chris Cuomo was lifting fake weights that everyone in the world knew was fake. Well, not everyone. 6-year-olds who believe in Santa Claus, not Santa Circle Claus, because everyone knows Santa Claus is actually a circle. We all know that. But Joe Rogan, he made it, it's a fake weights. And then people are calling him out and making videos about it. Joe's like, are you serious? You guys actually believe that I actually thought that? That's what Joe Rogan's thinking. He's like, they actually believe it. So Joe Rogan's joke, it literally goes viral because people are so stupid they actually believe him. And Jason Boston, he makes a video using a fake weight, well over 100 pounds. He's playing around with it, doing circles and playing it and treating it like it weighs 5 pounds. Everyone and their pet, baby Nikki and Gert, they know it's fake. My pets, they all knew it was fake right away. They were laughing with me. They thought it was funny. But some people, they actually think it's real. So I make a video a couple days ago, but the editors, they took their time with it. This one, they didn't get it posted right away. So eventually it's posted. And once it's posted, Joe Rogan's already extended the joke. It's already done. So then people are watching my video and they're like, Coach Greg, you actually thought that? You're an idiot, Coach Greg. Let's read some of the comments. Joe wasn't being sarcastic. He just asked Rob Carney and Robert Oberts to review the video for him, and he then issued a retraction on his podcast. A bit late here, Greg. Joe switched his stance yesterday in his podcast with Tom Papa. He actually think that, Greg. Did you not see his response when he had to ask Robert Oberts and Rob Carney if it's real? Like, look, I've recorded this several days ago, so no, I'm not technically late. I actually did this before all this happens. I know things are happening before they happen. You do realize I can time travel. You know that, right? Some people don't know I can time travel. We disproved the fact that HRT does everything for me. We did that in my last video. But Joe Rogan is on the long con. Long con, as I was doing with HRT. For months, I've been saying HRT does everything for me. Joe Rogan's going to play this up. So what does Joe Rogan do? He makes another video about the fake weights. Because why not? Let's keep it going. So let's watch this video and see what happens.
We were talking about on the podcast whether or not Chris Cuomo was really lifting a 100-pound barbell. Now, I had completely forgot we even talked about this until I stumbled upon an article online about it. And in the article, it actually referenced us talking about it on the podcast.
Right.
So Joe Rogan, he read an article online or watched a video, whatever, it doesn't freaking matter.
It doesn't matter!
But anyway, it says, hey, Joe Rogan, you're an idiot. You really think that was fake weights? And Joe's like, oh, geez, there's an article about it? Maybe it's fake weights. I better call some experts because, let's get some experts' opinions because, I think it's real because the guy, he's Italian and he's bigger than me. Imagine, you guys are believing this, that he's actually did this. Okay, let's watch some more.
They think I'm quite stupid for believing that Chris Cuomo really had this 100-pound barbell or dumbbell that he was lifting up.
It looked very light.
It did look very light, but so my thought was, how big is Chris Cuomo? So
that's a good point.
I thought he was bigger than he is. So I Googled it.
Yeah.
He's only 182 pounds.
So Joey's like, well, here's how come I got it wrong. See, I thought he was bigger than me, but upon Googling it, I discovered he's 6'2" and 180. And well, I'm 20 pounds more than that. So my theory on the fact that he was bigger than me, well, that shows that I was probably wrong and I made a mistake because, I just thought he was bigger. Meanwhile, he could have been 6'8" and 400 pounds, world's strongest powerlifter in the world. No one could have done what he just did. So do you really think that Joe Rogan Googled Cuomo and discovered he's 6'2" and 180? And obviously he's not 6'2" and 180. But do you think he really discovered that? And, I think I should maybe retract that because he's actually smaller than me. So maybe it wasn't real. Maybe, I know. I'm going to have to call some leading experts in the field and discover it. Is it actually fake? Let me do some research. I'm going to call a bunch of professional powerlifter strongmen and see.
Which it says he's 6'2", 182 pounds. I don't know if that's accurate.
That's, yeah.
That's probably...
6'2", 180? Then he doesn't
could
look
be
that lean.
Thin guy.
And Joe Rogan, he's smart enough to know that Kumo's not 6'2" and 180. If you're 6'2" with some kind of a muscle, you need to be really lean to be 6'2" and 180. 6'2", 180 with muscle is shredded. Okay? Anyone who's 6'2" and works out and has a decent amount of muscle weighs more than 180. So Joe Rogan is smart and understand that the height to weight ratio, his BMI, didn't make sense. Do you really think that someone who's intelligent enough to realize that someone can't be 6'2" and 180 and look like that is a person that could probably lift 100 pounds like this with ease? No, Joe is smart enough to know that. Smarter than most of you in terms of his height to weight ratio. Not dumb enough to think that that was a real weight.
Anyway, that makes him 20 pounds lighter than me.
Okay.
So very unlikely that he's carrying that dumbbell like that. So then I'm like, okay, I got to ask some people who would actually know. So I sought out some people online, and one of them was Rob Kearney. He's been on the podcast before. He's world's strongest gay.
I mean, why do we have to distinguish if someone's gay, straight, bisexual, circle sexual? Why does it friggin' matter? World's strongest gay? I don't want to get into that. I'm just not a fan of distinguishing the sexuality as who's strong or not gay. Who cares? World's strongest circle or not? We're all circles. Whatever. If you want to distinguish the world's strongest gay or straight, whatever. I'm the world's strongest circle. Yay for me. If you're not the world's strongest circle, you can be the world's strongest parallelogram. Be the shape you want, and you can be the strongest person in the world at whatever you identify as. It is really a useless classification to say you're the world's strongest gay. I'm the world's strongest bisexual. No, you're not. I found someone else that's more strong than you that's bisexual. I'm the world's strongest bisexual who's wearing a red tank top with cat on it. Yay! I'm the world's strongest circle. It's just silly. You don't need that. Anyway, that's a tangent.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
He's awesome.
I follow him.
Love that dude. I say to him, have you ever seen the thing? And he says, I just watched the video. I think it's fake, LOL. He doesn't look to be bracing hard enough for it to be actually 100 pounds.
So Rob had to say, hey, look, he's not bracing himself enough for it to be 100 pounds. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. Like you really needed that scientific evaluation to be able to prove that it wasn't real.
He's a real expert, right? So he's an actual strongman. So I'm pretty convinced. So then I asked Robert Oberst, absolutely one of the strongest men in the world. He's a Goliath. I mean, you sit next to him, 300 plus pounds.
Oh, geez.
So he says the picture looks possible because his elbow's up and stable, but the video where he's at his desk showing the weight off, he moves it around out at an angle that would be the smallest head of the top of the bicep taking all the weight, and it doesn't even faze him. Said if it's real, he's stronger than anyone I've ever seen use a dumbbell.
Whoa.
I'd say it's a 40-pound weight with 100 pounds written on it. He said lots of Insta-famous lifters have fake dumbbells and plates.
So Rob Kearney wasn't enough. So no, let's contact Robert Oberst, who's a beast and really knows a lot. He's like, hey, what do you think? Because, I need more information because it's not clearly decided yet if it's fake or not. So he's like, hey, you can't extend your arm like that and lift 100 pounds. No one in the world can do that. So what it is it's probably 40 pounds with 100 pounds written on it. 40 pounds! Imagine if that dumbbell said 40 and he was doing like this. You guys would fall for that and think it's a real weight? Robert Oberst is saying it's probably 40 pounds. That dumbbell weighs under 10 pounds for sure. I've lifted fake weights for photo shoots before. It's hard to lift the fake weight in a photo shoot because you want some kind of resistance to pull against. It's like flex and make it look really hard. It's like, well, I kind of want a little bit of weight to push against so I can have resistance so I can actually flex. So you're trying to do that and it's so fake that it doesn't feel like it weighs anything. That 100-pound dumbbell did not weigh 40 pounds. It probably didn't weigh 4 pounds. So anyway, yeah, so whatever. Does it really matter? It doesn't freaking matter.
It doesn't matter!
But the fact is, you guys actually think I'm an idiot and a moron, even though I'm right 99.6% of the time, and you guys are not correct that often, and you're debating it with me and thinking I'm an idiot.
When I saw he's 182 pounds, and that might not be true, because I bet if you Google what my weight is, they probably don't know what my weight is either.
100 pounds is a lot.
But 182 pounds for a man who's 6'2" is not a gorilla. Like Brendan Schaub. Okay, if Brendan Schaub was doing that, I'd go, I bet he could do that. Brendan Schaub is 270 pounds, 260 plus pounds.
Yeah.
He's huge.
He's huge.
Yeah.
But even then, like, it just seems light. It seems like it wiggles.
Light. Yeah.
Yeah.
People who are excessively strong, like strong enough to actually do what he did with it, can't do it and play with it. Maybe they can strain for 1 second in the picture and do it, but they can't be like, hi, hey, take this weight, it's cool. And no one can do that, people. You can't just do that.
I obviously didn't look at it close enough. And I'm not a lifter in that sense. Like I don't lift heavy weights. Like the heaviest shit I ever lift is like I might squat a couple of 100 pounds.
I mean, come on, people. Anyone can tell it's fake. If you have any experience in the gym whatsoever and you're not a 6-year-old, you know it's fake. If you're smart enough to Google a man and find out his height and weight and say that's probably inaccurate, you're smart enough to know it was a fake weight, for sure. So guess what, everybody? Y'all are morons if you think that Joe actually thought it. His apology is sarcastic. It's being a funny joke that's extended, and y'all believe it. Sorry, telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You want to hear Joe is stupid. It makes you feel better. You know, when other people that you might admire or respect, when they do something stupid, it makes you feel better. Kind of like when I play golf and I shoot the ball in the freaking woods and I watch Tiger Woods do it and he does it. I feel a little bit better about myself. Even Tiger Woods can screw up. So you're thinking Joe Rogan making hundreds of millions of dollars interviewing all these guests and stars. Look how stupid he is. I feel better about myself because I make stupid mistakes too. And since he did one, I feel better. At least he's smart enough to get you all going on the long con. Let's see how long he keeps it going. It would be even funnier if he said one day, hey, you know, that whole fake weight thing, I knew it from the start. Are you kidding me? But boy, that was funny to read all the comments of people saying I'm an idiot. It just makes him more relatable, makes people talk about him more. Very good strategy. I'm a good strategist myself. I can see a strategy when I see one. It's going to make him more money, make him more popular. Sorry, that's how it works. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IBU Pro. Bloop it up 2 videos. Watch them both this time. Please watch them both. And until next time, I am out.